Hey Pal1, welcome back to the channel and welcome to your reading. I'm Moon the Mystic, a new tarot reader here on YouTube, and today we are going to get some messages about your next spiritual upgrade. Okay, so I hope you guys have been doing well and taking care of yourselves, and let's go ahead and get started. All right. Alright, thank you, Spirit. Can we get messages for Pal1 on their next spiritual upgrade? Messages for Pal1 on their next spiritual upgrade. Messages for Pal1 on their next spiritual upgrade. Maybe something about balancing light and dark. Your shadow side and your light side. Messages for Pal1 Spirit about their next spiritual upgrade. Oh, hold on. Holy. Sorry about that. Pile 1. I don't want my, it's bad enough. I'm young with old lady hands. Well, I'm not young, but yeah, my hands have always looked older than my age since I was like very young. So I wanted to put a little moisture on them at the very least. Okay, let's see what we get. Spirit, can you give me messages on Pile 1's next spiritual upgrade? Wait a second. One at a time, please, Spirit. Messages for Pile 1 on their next spiritual upgrade. Excuse me. Beautiful. Oh, wait a second. Okay, Pal1, your next spiritual upgrade is like, I think you're not going to be fighting as much. I think you, in the past, have found yourself, like you're always striving, you know, not necessarily in unhealthy competitions, but in competition because you're always striving for the next best thing because you like have big goals. You have like you've always been one of those people who like have big things you want to achieve, and I feel like you planned a lot because these are fixed signs. So I feel like you were fixed, you were planner on a certain type of future for yourself, and you may have achieved those goals, but maybe it didn't bring you the happiness that you wanted. And so now your next spiritual upgrade is going to be you just kind of going with the flow. And this chariot in reverse is giving me like directionless, but not in a bad way. It's like you're just going to be going with the flow and like letting the universe take you where it may. That's what I'm getting. Ow, what? Let's get some more. I'm always doing that. Let's get some more messages. Yeah, like this is giving like I don't know, like those movies where the guy like finally gets the promotion he fought so hard for and then realizes he doesn't want it and quits his job and goes and like becomes like a lighthouse worker or something, like, or just a boat at sea or something like that. Yeah, let's see, let's get some more. I don't know where the lighthouse thing came from. I think it's like a movie or something I've seen before, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Messages for Pal1 on their next spiritual upgrade. Yeah, I think that you have always like been very steadfast and a hard worker and committed to your goals and your manifestations and making it happen for yourself. And now you're kind of like excited to just live through the mystery of life. You're not sure, but I do feel like this is you following your higher power, which might be something you did not do before. Excuse me. What am I getting with the Six of Pentacles? You might start doing like volunteer work, pro bono work, if you work in the justice system or nonprofit. Helping the less fortunate, things like that. Like operating from love, doing things out the kindness of your heart rather than for like a goal, as a goal. And get more messages for pile 1 on their next spiritual upgrade. Yeah, free spirit. I think that you see that there's like so much world for you to see that you haven't been seeing. See, because what's before the two of wands is all about planning, right? And taking steps. So yeah, I said you were a plan. I got the feeling that you were a planner. And so like now, you're in this mode of like, what's gonna come, what may be, but I don't think you're not planning it. Yeah, you're being, didn't I say higher power? Like you're being guided by a higher power with this. Because your old ways of doing things, your old life, your old system was stressing you out. You weren't happy. You might have been achieving things, but you were unhappy. I feel like your body was telling you that. The body doesn't lie. Yeah, maybe you're tired of always protecting what you achieved. Pile 1. It's hard being a boss. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. More messages for pile 1 on their next spiritual upgrade. Maybe you're like done. I'm not calling you rigid. It's only for like a lack of better term, but like you're tired of being in control all the time. You're done with that life. That's what your next spiritual upgrade is about, pile 1. Yeah, beautiful. This is what's going to make you happy now. You're going to be rewarded for taking this step and changing. Like I said, you might have had a lot of achievements. You might have pulled yourself very far in life, but you're ready to leave that all behind and start anew. Yeah, you want to do something unconventional. And be rebellious and try something different. This is so cool. Yeah. You don't want to like prep and overanalyze anymore. You were like, I feel like you got really unhappy. Either you got really unhappy or something happened that really hurt you and made you realize that this wasn't the answer. And so now you're like, you have like this newfound faith, and you're going on this this very calm, peaceful, serene journey to bring you into healing. Hold on, let me get these cards that dropped. Yeah, I think that stability was stealing your joy. And something happened that made you just like, you know what, I'm done. Because behind like the contrast that I'm getting is the Star card and the Emperor card. Like the Emperor is so tough, that tough exterior, you know what I'm saying? He's like heavily clothed in armor, surrounded by like a harder exterior. And like now this is gonna be you, vulnerable, naked in the woods. Not literally, maybe literally, but not literally. But that's like the stark difference that I'm getting you're making for yourself, which is really cool. Maybe it's caused you, this way of life has caused you to kind of be alone. I'm getting like boss bee vibes, boss lady vibes. And you kind of always have to be on guard. And maybe you feel like, you know, you're always trying to be perfect. And now you just want to live a softer life. Like you don't want to be in as much of a masculine. Yeah, I'm hearing like the rat race as a trap. But yeah, like back to this, like you don't want to be in masculine energy anymore. I feel like you dominated your field, but now you just want to live a softer life. Any more messages? We'll get couple oracle cards. Are you worried about money? If you do this, what's the Five of Pentacles? They both kind of came out sideways. Something about your decision. Maybe you feel like you're gonna have to choose between a life of like luxury and struggle if you make this change. But I don't think you will. I don't think you should focus on what you're going to potentially lose. You should focus on what you're going to gain, which it looks like a better sense of belonging and community. You know, maybe you're going to start a new hobby or join a new club or a group or something like that. You're definitely seeing life from a different perspective. Because you're over it. You don't want whatever life you've been living. And I think this is really cool and really brave of you, Pot One. So let's get some oracle cards to finish it off. Any last messages? For Pile 1 Spirit on their next spiritual upgrade. Any more messages for Pile 1 on their next spiritual upgrade. Messages for Pile 1 on their next spiritual upgrade. Let's get one more. If you wanna, it came out, it flipped over, but we'll turn it up the right way. Okay, so we have Holy Radiance. Your gifts are worthy of notice, and there's room for both humility and pride in your creations. Realize that shrinking your abilities leads to self-erasure, and fitting in tends to be forgettable. Be truly humble. Being truly humble is about owning your brilliance without needing to prove it. Don't dim your light under the illusion of modesty. It's a time to stand in your fully unapologetic wholeness. I love that. And then we have solo spell. There comes a time when the noise of the world must be muted so the soul can be heard. Let solitude be an initiation as you retreat into the temple of self. You aren't disappearing or hiding, you're reappearing to yourself. Take a day, an hour, a weekend, or a month, disconnect, sink into the silence, and let the whispers rise. Remember, you are the oracle, and solitude is a power move. Period. I love that. All right, pile 1. That is what I have for you on your next spiritual upgrade. This was a beautiful reading in my opinion. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it served you in a positive way. And if you are interested in booking a personal with me, my information is in the description box. I hope to see you in my next one, pile 1. And until then, take care of yourself. Bye. Hey, pile 2, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to your reading. I'm the Mystic, a new tarot reader here on YouTube, and today we are going to get some messages about your next spiritual upgrade, okay? So I hope you guys have been doing well and taking care of yourselves. Let's get started and see what is your next spiritual upgrade, pile 2. Hi. Pile 2's next spiritual upgrade. What is pile 2's next spiritual upgrade? Thank you, Spirit. What is pile 2's next spiritual upgrade? What is pile 2's next spiritual upgrade? Alright, let me sit with this. Yeah, I was getting hesitancy too with the shuffle. Because like cards kept popping and then going back out, and I almost said something. I should have said it. I almost said, I don't know, it seems like you're hesitant about something, pile 2. Always go with your gut instinct. So are you waiting? Or are you moving forward from waiting? What is pile 2's next spiritual upgrade? Either you're in a period You're in this Four of Swords, resting, waiting, because maybe you just finished an upgrade. And you might be ready to move forward, but like Spirit is intentionally blocking you before you move forward so you can rest for this next upgrade. Let's get some more. Clarify the world, please. Clarify the Four of Swords. Yeah, cards don't want to turn over. Clarify the one at a one at a time, please, Spirit. Yeah, I'm getting this feeling that like your reading is a little different, pal, too. Like Spirit wants you to rest right now before your next spiritual upgrade. Like, I feel like you just maybe came out of a long battle for something. Let me see. Is this clear? Okay. Like, you just fought either to level up, to get to the next level. Maybe you were doing some shadow work. Four of Swords. Four of Cups. Yeah, you could be needing to rest, and Spirit is intentionally blocking you or causing delays before you move forward because of whatever fight you just had to come up out of. Like, it took a lot out of you, and it has you kind of in like blah type feeling, which of course is not great energy for whatever your next, level ascension path is. Yeah, feeling disconnected. So I was getting like that hesitancy. Give me more on pile 2's next spiritual upgrade. Yeah, you might be a little salty about whatever this level is you had to just fight your way up out of, or fight to overcome, fight to achieve. Like, you might be not battle tested, like weary. You might be feeling weary. And this came out kind of like this. So it's like, yeah, I feel like you're not sure how to feel about this last one. It took a lot from you. But also these past thoughts, like thinking so much about the past, could be taking away from like your feeling of victory. Because whatever you just made it through, it was a win. It is a win. It was a win. But you could just be so tired of like the drama and the fight. Can I get more? Yeah, I said it could be. Like taking away from the whole experience, like these thoughts. You might be feeling victimized right now. Because, sometimes Spirit, like I don't know if you call yourself a light worker, you're just on a spiritual journey, you call yourself chosen, whatever you can not call yourself, consider yourself. But this spiritual path, man, it's not for the weak, right? This is not always love and light. Like, we constantly having to evolve, and when you evolve, you most of the time have to do shadow work along with it. And a lot of times we're fighting demons that sometimes aren't even ours. They're like from generations ago and in our bloodline. And on top of how the world is and every like regular everyday stresses, it can be a lot. And if you're like me, when I got on the spiritual journey and like bad things would happen, I didn't understand at first. Like, I was one of those people who thought like if you're spiritual and you're on this path, that like things, and plus I'm like a naturally bubbly person already and like positive person, even though like I've had a lot of crappy things happen to me in life, and like a, you know, kind of crappy start in some ways, not in all ways, but with some things, some foundational things. And so like when I got on this path and bad things still happened, I used to feel so hurt and so betrayed, because it was like I thought I got on this path to like be away from all that. But then when you know, and I even still sometimes forget that this is part of it. I'm getting better with it now, like accepting the ups and the downs and the goods and the bads, and really trying not to even label it as that. But it can be very hard for you not to get in your head about it. Like, damn, even on this path, it's like I'm still getting crap to deal with. Dang it. Hold on. Okay, let's get more messages for Pile 2 on our next spiritual upgrade. Yeah, I think you're having some negative feelings, some negative thoughts. So Spirit is probably gonna like cloak you and have you take a chill pill, because like your mindset right now, needs to be worked on. Yeah, it happens. Pile 2. Can you give me information, more messages, Spirit, on Pile 2, next spiritual upgrade? You gotta keep going. Pile 2. Have strong faith. Because no matter what you think, and a lot of times when you're on this path, like our destinies, not fated or fixed, but like, yes, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, we chose this path, and so it also means we chose, yes, we can choose to experience different things and create our lives in certain ways, but when you're quote unquote chosen, you do sign up to be used in whatever way Spirit, the Most High, you know, the universe sees fit for the highest good of like humanity, the well-being of the planet. Like, we are in service of the planet, and when we feel like we're taking personal shots, dealing with personal pain, and it's messing with our personal lives, it can be very hard to like shake that and keep going. Sometimes, you know, you get bogged down, but you got to remember, like, where you stop is where you'll end up. And you didn't do all this hard work, Pile 2, to stop here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it might be a little bit of naivety, but I am getting like innocent. You feel like this life and what you're fighting up against, like, you don't deserve. Yeah, you gotta be brave and keep going after what you want. Clarify the Page of Cups. What is that about? Yeah, keep going. You might have had some like naive ideals about this path and what this journey was going to look like. And so now, yeah, that Four of Cups was here too. You feel, I'm hearing like abandoned. You feel let down. Oh, I've been there. I feel like you feel let down by spirit, by the universe. But that's not the case. There will be like happy, better times ahead. This was just a harder level. Yeah, didn't I just say there will be happier times ahead? This level was just difficult. It stressed you the hell out. Pile 2. Yep. But you gotta keep your eye on the bigger picture. It's more than about us. You know what I mean? Yes, we feel the pain and it's affecting our lives, but when you think about how many lives are participating in this game, this plane, this matrix, you know what I'm saying? And whatever Spirit's plan is, God's plan is, Source's plan is, the universe's plan is, whatever we're leading up to, which hopefully you want to say is something, yeah, you got to stay committed to it. That's what we're here for. Because, and yeah, what you give, you are going to get back. And you do have support around you. And whatever pain, if you're going to be compensated for it fairly. But yeah, you have to just keep learning. Yeah, maybe you're confused on like where your loyalty should lie. I think your head is like, yeah, because you're in pain. You might have just like really had to do some major kind of shadow work for yourself or your bloodline. Really for your bloodline. That's what I'm getting. Like, it's not for you. You are innocent of... like, whatever this last, like, lesson, level up you went through, which, like, again, it was a big win. It was a success. But I feel like it took a lot from you, or you feel like it took a lot from you, and I feel like you weren't expecting it. And I do have this pain, and like, I have this pain in my chest, like it hurt you. And now it has you all like confused on if any of this is real, if you can even depend on like your spirit team. Is this a reachable goal? Like, maybe you're not even sure in the journey right now, but deep down I feel like you do know, and you have to keep that bit of intuition in you alive. Oh, tired of these cards falling. Yeah, let me look at the back of the deck. Yep, you gotta stay committed to your path. Yeah, but this last one, you feel like it took from you. I feel your pain, pal, too. For real, I really do. But you do have support. Yeah, maybe it was like a tower moment you were not expecting or ready for. Any more messages? Where are we at with time? Oh, shoot. Any more messages for pal 2? I would say meditate. Yeah. Oh my gosh. What did I just say? I would say meditate, pal 2, to quiet your mind. Just meditate, quiet your mind. Keep listening to your higher self. Clear out the noise. Take a step back. Because you're making progress. Yeah, you're doing hard work. You feel stuck. And you're tired of the drama. You're tired of the fight. But we're in this. Pile 2, that's what we signed up for. And there really is no going back once once you see beyond the veil, once the veil is lifted, you cannot put the veil back on, no matter how hard you try. It's just the truth. And honestly, if you try to like fake it like you can and you have and you are, I think what ends up happening is you're gonna endure more of a painful situation down the line. You're gonna feel more alone. You're gonna deal with more hardships. Let's get a closing message for Pile 2 Spirit. Thank you. Closing message for Pile 2 about their next spiritual upgrade. And maybe one more. One more, please. Halfway to whole vessel of knowledge. Just one. Thank you. All right. So we have magnetic truth. What pulls you isn't random, it's relevant. There's a reason certain things stir your soul while others feel hollow. Your inner compass reveals what is meant for you. Release the questions and start honoring what calls you. Your gifts are trying to orient you. Let them. True fulfillment begins the moment you stop resisting what's been pulling you all along. Yeah. That feels like it aligns. And then we have warm welcome. You intuitively read between the lines, seeing what others feel but cannot voice. This skill happens so naturally, it's often invisible, even to you. But it's a rare form of empathy and intelligence. Your presence helps others feel seen, heard, and less alone. Don't dismiss your ability to sense and know. It's a language all in its own, and you are fluid in it. Yeah, that's giving like light worker, healer, wounded healer vibes. So hang in there, Pile 2, okay? Take some time, meditate, take some time to be quiet, be alone, be with your thoughts. But yes, definitely quiet your mind and then recommit yourself, remind yourself why you're doing this. You'll remember. All right, Pile 2, that's what I have for you. Thank you for letting me read for you today. It's a pleasure. I truly enjoy it. I hope the reading, the messages served you in a positive way. And I hope to see you again in my next reading. And until then, take care of yourself, Pile 2. Bye. Hey, Pile 3. Welcome back to the channel. And welcome to your reading. I'm Moon the Mystic and the Tarot Reader here on YouTube. And today we are getting messages on your next spiritual upgrade. I hope you guys have been taking care of yourselves and are doing as well as can be expected in these times. Yeah, so let's get started, okay? Let's get messages for Pile 3. Spirit. Messages for Pile 3 on their next spiritual upgrade. Messages for Pile 3 and their next spiritual upgrade. Oh man. Messages for Pile 3 on their next spiritual upgrade. Messages for pile 3 about their next spiritual upgrade, Spirit. Thank you so much. One at a time, please, Spirit. Messages for pile 3 about their next spiritual upgrade. Pile 3, what I'm getting so far is that your next spiritual upgrade has to do with you achieving happiness independently on your own. It has something to do with you feeling whole based on you and not anybody or anything else. Let's get some more messages. 9 of Pentacles. Clarify the 9 of... Messages for pile 3 on their next spiritual upgrade. Messages for pile 3 on their next spiritual upgrade. Yeah, when I kept seeing the Tower, I was getting like epiphany. It's like this came out of nowhere. You realizing that you don't need anybody else but yourself to be happy. And I think you're uninterested in the opinions or feeling emotionally obligated or responsible for anybody else right now. You kind of just want to be in your own little bubble. Clarify the Knight of Swords. 1 out of 10. Clarify the Knight of Swords, please. Moment keeps wanting to come out. Clarify the Knight of Swords. Yeah, you're focusing on your confidence and like standing alone. Because the Queen of Wands is like that it girl that can stand alone and still be her. She doesn't need a pack. It's like me, myself, and I. She's still happy. And I feel like you feel like you're coming for what's yours, like with a passion. Maybe not with a vengeance, but with a passion. But you're very focused on being independent, pile 3, for whatever reason that is. And I kind of feel like you don't have nothing to say to nobody. Like if anybody has something to say about this, you're gonna cut their butts down real bad at this point. So folks kind of just need to let you do you, because you are in like self-love mode, and it's probably gonna shock and rock some people, especially people from your past who know you a certain way and who are pleased with you being a certain way. It might make some of them feel insecure, but I think that you're in the Knight of Pentacles. You're on your way to like divine feminine empress status. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you've had enough of people's stuff. Tired of getting hurt one at a time. Gosh darn it. Why? Where are we at with time? Okay. Get more messages for POW 3 on their next spiritual upgrade. Are you doing this in public? Are you doing this in private? Did some of you maybe get publicly left or kind of did wrong, and so you're leveling up in private? For some of you. Let's see. More messages for POW 3 on their next spiritual upgrade. Yeah, I'm getting like you're doing this quietly. I don't know, do you plan to pop out later? Folks? As a whole new person? POW 3's next spiritual upgrade. What is with all these wands? Yeah, it's like a lot of action. Like something has you like taking something personal, low-key. And maybe not in maybe in an unhealthy way, but maybe not so much in an unhealthy way, but like it's motivating you to like fight your fears and become the person you wanted to become. You always wanted to become. What's the 10 of Wands? And you're just gonna like put your head down. Yeah, the the Empress. You're gonna put your head down and do the work because you're motivated. You're taking something personal. You're coming for what's yours. Maybe you're trying to manifest money, a new job, beauty, and you're making that happen like quietly. And then I get this feeling like you're gonna pop out. Yeah, I think something happened in the past. I'm also getting like people are gonna miss the old you. Yeah. 3 of Pentacles. You might have been looked over, passed over, or just left out of something. I'm also getting something like in the past you were like more than willing to work with people, but that people like try to like take your shine, like your aura, your ideas, and present them as their own. and you finally got tired of it, and like, yeah. You had to make a decision to keep taking it or to set boundaries. Yeah, you're planning something and changing who you are, how you come across to people, because you're tired of people getting over on you. For some of you. You're taking a chance on yourself. I don't think you're interested in working with other people anymore. You're taking a chance on you. And I think you'll be successful, Pile 3. With whatever you do. Whatever this is. Whatever this revenge, glow up, low key thing is. The Hanged Man. Yeah, I think you're moving on from people. Oy. Anything else in the tarot for Pile 3 on their next spiritual upgrade? Yeah, you're moving on from friends. I think you're letting people go. And you're gonna do your own thing. You might follow some kind of creative endeavor. Maybe fashion. But you're taking a chance on yourself. Yeah. And was that your pile? I said it's gonna shock some people. People might have been really dependent on you. You might be the strong friend. And you might always like try and do the right thing or whatever. But I'm just feeling like you're over that, and you're gonna flip the script and do like a complete 180. Yeah, you're about to, and you're not only about to, you're about to go on this new solo adventure for yourself, but I do think that down the line you will realign with some people who are like you, or like-minded, same interests, that kind of thing, you know? Alright, Pile 3. Let's get an oracle card or two for you. Pile 3's next spiritual upgrade. Pile 3's next spiritual upgrade. Any last messages for Pile 3 Spirit on their next spiritual upgrade? Just one or two. Two. One at a time, please. Pile 3's next spiritual upgrade. Okay. And then another one. Okay. I'll take it. I've got two for each pile. Okay, so for the first one, we have burnt offerings. Being agreeable has kept you safe and perhaps even praised. You've learned how to be easy and accommodating, but there's a cost to always yielding. Your needs go unmet, your desires go numb, and your worth starts feeling conditional. You don't have to be convenient to be loved. Having needs doesn't make you difficult. It makes you human. Speak up, take space, ask for what you need. Yeah, that sounds like it aligns. Graceful flow. You adapt, you bend where others break. You're not defined by control, but response. Your ability to pivot, to read the room, to adjust course mid-flight is not a lack of stability. It's a mark of evolution. You meet change without panic, and you find solutions when the map goes missing. You become fluid in change because you know life is about flowing, not resisting. Yeah, that's why I was seeing that tower card, because it was like this change, it's gonna seem like it came out of nowhere, which it did. The epiphany probably did come out of nowhere, but you do well with, once you do like hear your, whether it's your higher self or the divine source, whatever it is, like you start moving, you start making the needed changes. You don't wait around and hesitate. And maybe this one was a long time coming because it was deeper rooted when it comes to like being a people pleaser, or you know, putting everybody else's needs before yours. But now that you've had that epiphany, you are going to do what you need to do to change it. So I'm proud of you for that. Pile 3, I'm happy for you, because that means good things are to come with this new change. But yeah, that's what I have for you, Pile 3. It was a great reading. I enjoyed reading for you. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. I hope the reading served you in a positive way. And I hope that you come back and see me for another one. And what else? If you'd like to book with me, my information is in the description box. And until the next one, I will see you later. Bye, Pile 3. Take care of yourself.